Yo, what's going on everyone? We are back in the garage today working on the LS, but before I get to working on the LS, I have to package some orders, and so if you haven't been over to the website yet and picked up the 2 new shirts that are on the new drop, go ahead and do that. We have the Fitment shirt, and then we have the Futura shirt. Don't miss out, get them while they're still there. But anyway, I'm gonna go through, package all these orders up and get them ready to ship, and then we'll get on to working on the LS. Let's go. Alright, just got done packaging orders. Henry's over here now. What up, boy? He's not in the best mood because... do you want me to show it on camera? Alright, well I haven't seen it, so you show me. No, dude. Fuck. Are you fucking kidding? That's like, that was on like a rock or something. Exactly. And it was not Henry's fault. His mom moved his car and curbed his fucking brand new wheels. I am so sorry, dude. Well, this is the first time I'm showing them on video. Besides the Nashville video, they look fucking sick besides that. Man, that really sucks because here's the biggest con of chrome. Is that if you curb it or anything, you can't just like sand it down like you can with a polish wheel, because you just sand it down and then polish it again. Chrome, it has to be recoated. So, dude, that sucks so bad. All right, time to move on to the LS and what the fuck I'm doing today. Finally, literally since I first dropped this car, I've needed to do this. I've shortened spindles. Finally. It's been well over a year. I've needed to get some, and I just haven't. And now I need to just make sure that the car is like going to be as low as possible before I start cutting stuff up and welding for where the flares are going to go. So the front needed to go down, and thankfully my boy Tommy, I will put all of his information in the description, came through, shortened these spindles for me and sent them out. I have this side on somewhat. I came over yesterday and started doing some shit, just trying to get some stuff done, but I didn't have enough tools, so I had to go buy an impact today. But yeah, I'm pretty excited because now it means that the car in the front at least will lay out on the ground. So yeah, we're just gonna switch these out. This side is already done for the most part. Just need to switch everything back over, and then I'm trying to get the speed sensor out of the old spindles, and I'm not having that much luck with it right now. I don't want to buy new ones because they're $200 a piece on each side, and you can buy used ones for a little bit less, but really not trying to spend money on something that's like that insignificant and like it works fine. I wish I could just pull it out, so I don't know. Alright, so I had to go buy an impact because I needed to get this fucking spacer off, which if any of you guys run spacers, you already know how much that sucks. So that's off of there, and now I can put the rotors and the brakes back on here. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, I have the 09 RCAs in there. Now you might remember if you've been watching all the videos from last year, I put those in. Right after that video, after I ended up debeading, that was when I was on the clutch wheels, I took those off because they were hitting the valve stem on those wheels, and then I just never bothered to put them back on. I was like, I'll wait until I get shortened spindles, so they're going back in now. But the only thing that I'm worried about now is that these bags are not actually even going to be able to lift the car at all, because I've lowered the minimum and maximum so much, and they barely lifted the car before. So we'll see, and hopefully I'm able to do like some adjustments to try and get some of that back. I don't know. If everything is correct, hopefully this should fit stock body now. I want to be able to pull a little bit more camber out. We'll see where it's at, but the intention was with the spindles that they would add slightly more camber just so I'd have adjustment either out or in just a little bit. They are shortened by an inch, 25 mil, and then they are angled for 5 degrees of camber. But when you figure in how much lower the upper control arm is going to sit, that takes some of the camber out too. So if you just bought these and slapped them on, it's not going to give you negative 5 degrees of camber. It's the equivalent of giving you that. Okay, so yeah, I can't really tell by looking at it like that, but it kind of looks like it's in the same spot. We'll see. Well, it might be the same exact spot, to be honest with you. Alright, so doesn't seem to have given me any extra camber. Clearance on the upper arm is way better. We still have clearance to the bag. The S9 arms are maxed out, which is not the best. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to pull them out a little bit. But either way, that should be in the right spot for where the flare is going to go anyway. All I got to do now is cut that shit out. Okay, so correction. They are angled for 5 degrees, which is to account for them being shortened by 25 mil. So they will not give you 5 degrees of camber. They will just give you back the stock camber of shortening the spindles. So if you want more camber, have them angled more than that, because right now I have 0.9 uppers, 0.9 RCAs, and then a shortened spindle which is angled for 5 degrees. And I don't know what this is like fully aired out because the fender's stopping it right now. I think I'm going to try and cut this, at least this side, so I can get it jacked up there and basically see if the wheel is gonna hit the top of the fender well first, or the subframe is gonna hit the ground. I figure if I just cut relatively close to this line that I've marked, so just under, maybe right here, then obviously I have to cut more if I need to. No, it should be in the safe zone. But that way that will allow the wheel to get up here higher and see how low the car's actually gonna sit. All right, just got done getting this spindle in this side. Couldn't get the rotor off of there. No idea why, but Hunter's about to pull up and we are going to cut this. It's like a goddamn scrapyard out here. Alright, about to attempt to cut this. I'm gonna cut a little bit lower than the line I have just in case, but let's see how this goes. Alright, the battery died on the GoPro, of course. She's cut. What's the saying? Measure once, cut twice, right? Well, I have officially cut my car. For real though, I'm pretty stoked because now I should just be able to put the wheel on and hopefully be able to get it all the way up in there, and we'll see where the flare actually sits. I know I'm gonna have to trim a little bit further up, but for now, this should be enough to be able to get an idea as to where everything's going to be, which I'm very, very excited about. I still think the wheel pokes out too much. I think I might need more camber because it ain't going over that right there. Alright, so cut it just a little bit higher I'm kind of pushing as to how high I can cut right now. It needs a little bit more camber. That's actually not what I was expecting. But I'm going to measure and see how much camber I have right now, because I don't want to go ahead and try and figure out how to get more camber if I can actually just run, like if this is the number that I want, if it's at like minus 10-ish, I'll probably keep it right there and run a slightly smaller spacer, because I have a little bit of brake wiggle room in there, because that way that'll fit the same way, and then get the rear to have the same amount of camber. And it's hard to say right now how much camber I'm going to have in the rear, so yeah, I think we'll try that and see where that sits at, but right now it needs more camber. Okay, so we pull out the old iPhone measure app. It's saying -9, which I'm not convinced, because that looks like a lot more camber than I was running, and I was at -8 before. Alright, let's try this smaller spacer and see if it'll go higher up. Alright, so just put this 15mm spacer on here, and as you can see, the stock studs stick out a little bit further. And I just realized when I put this on here, there is no relief holes in the back of the rotiform hub. So I can't run a 15mm spacer unless I cut these factory studs, which I'm not exactly trying to do right now, in case I want to go back to the 25mm. So, fuck yeah. Alright, so I had to unbolt the fender at the top just so I get it loose enough that I was able to pull this off. Just trying to roughly mock up where I want the flare to sit. That right now looks like it's actually too low, which I wasn't expecting. So I probably will sit up a little bit higher than that, because I only want like minimal amounts of tuck. That might be too much. But as a reference, it does look pretty fucking good. Like this flare has this little lip in here, which I will shave back most likely, or roll. So it'll be tighter than that, and obviously the fender is off pretty far too. But somewhat progress, I guess. Yeah, we got the wheel up as high as it will possibly go. If we look, fucking great. If we look under the car, the bottom of the wheel, or the bottom of the tire, is relatively close on level with the bottom of the subframe. If anything, the subframe won't be completely on the ground, which is actually okay, because my front bumper, the lean bumper, sits really low. So as long as the front bumper lays out on the ground, that's what I'm going for. Okay, so put the front bumper on, and I think the front bumper hangs lower than the tire. I can't tell exactly, and I won't know until it's actually on the ground, but if you look at it, it's either going to be on the ground, or I'm going to destroy the bumper the moment I air out. But it looks fucking sick. Alright, I am going to end off the video there. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with it right now. I can finally see like the vision coming together, like actually seeing it cut and like fucking up there. It looks sick. So yeah, we're probably going to come back to this and cut the other side, get the spindles on fully, and then hopefully get it down on the ground, and we'll see how it sits. We'll see, but pretty stoked so far. So, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in another video soon. Bye.